Hello everyone. In previous videos, we have seen what are the standards of measurement and the classification of standards of measurement. In that, we have seen the international standards, primary standards, secondary standards, as well as working standards. Also, we have seen mass, length, and volume standards with frequency and time standards. Now, in this video, we are going to see the temperature and luminous intensity standards and electrical standards. So first we will see the temperature and luminous intensity standards. One of the basic SI temperature quantities in thermodynamic temperature whose unit is Kelvin. It forms the fundamental temperature scale for the reference of all other temperatures. The temperature on the scale is denoted by the symbol T and it is designated as K. The thermodynamic temperature of triple point of water at exactly 273.16 K is defined through which the magnitude of Kelvin is fixed. The equilibrium temperature between ice, liquid water and its vapor is the triple point of water. The temperature measurements are difficult to be made on thermodynamic scale. So the practical scale known as International Practical Scale of Temperature was adopted in the 7th General Conference of Weights and Temperature. So weights and measures should be there. The measures should be there. The temperature on the scale is denoted by the symbol T and designated as degree Celsius. There are two fundamental fixed points on the Celsius scale mentioned at the atmospheric pressure, that is triple point of water as 0.01 degree Celsius and boiling point of water as 100 degree Celsius. There are a number of primary fixed points established above and below the two fundamental points, referring to the boiling point of oxygen at minus 182.97 degrees Celsius, boiling point of sulfur at 444.6 degrees Celsius, freezing point of zinc at 419.58 degrees Celsius, freezing point of silver at 960.8 degrees Celsius and freezing point of gold at 1063 degrees Celsius. The relationship for conversion between Kelvin scale and Celsius scale is given as T degree Celsius equal to T of K minus T0, where T0 is 273.15 degrees. The platinum resistance thermometer is considered as the primary standard for temperature, which is constructed from strain-free platinum. Based on the resistance properties of the platinum wire, the values between the fundamental and primary fixed points on the scale can be calculated accurately. The luminous intensity has primary as well as secondary standards. Its unit is candela, which is defined as 1/60th of luminous intensity per square meter of one full radiator at freezing temperature of platinum under standard atmospheric pressure. The full radiator, that is a black body or Planckian radiator at solidification temperature of platinum at approximately 2042 Kelvin under a pressure of 101.325 kN per meter square is the primary standard of luminous intensity. The radiator has a cylinder of fused thorium oxide with a length of 45 mm with internal diameter of about 2.5 mm. Here thorium cylinder. The powdered fused thorium oxide is packed the bottom of the tube. Some pure platinum is contained in fused thorium oxide crucible in which the cylinder is supported vertically. The cylinder has a lid with small hole of diameter of about 1.5 mm in the center. It is embedded in powdered fused thorium oxide in large refractory container having a funnel shaped opening as shown in the figure. A high frequency coil carrying an alternating current of 1.6 MHz surrounds the outer container, which includes eddy currents in the container, and the platinum melts. The platinum is then allowed to cool slowly and change from liquid state to solid state. During this period of interchanging state, measurements for the luminous intensity of light passing from the aperture of known area or known diameter can be made as the temperature remains constant for a sufficiently long time. The luminous intensity measured from this primary standard is 598,000 international candles per meter square. This unit was prior to 1948, but now candela is the unit for measurement. The special type of tungsten filament lamps operating at a temperature where their spectral power distribution in the visible region matches the basic standard is the second standard of luminous intensity. Next is electrical standards. In that first, there are total three standards: resistance standards, voltage standards, capacitance standard, and one more is inductance standards. So first, SI unit of resistance is the absolute value of ohm, which is defined as in terms of the fundamental units of length, mass, and time. The International Bureau of Weights and Measures and national standards laboratories of various countries preserve a group of primary resistance standards and carry out absolute measurements of ohm. These primary standards are checked periodically and verified occasionally by absolute measurements. The value of standard resistor is 1 ohm, which is in the form of coil of wire made from same alloy like manganese, having low temperature coefficient of resistance and high electrical resistivity. The atmospheric moisture causes change in resistance, which can be prevented by mounting the resistance coil in a double walled sealed container. Instrument manufacturers provide a wide range of value of resistance, usually of multiples of 10 ohm, for secondary and working standards. The secondary standard resistors are sometimes called as a transfer resistor, whose resistance coil is immersed in moisture-free oil and is supported between a polyester film to reduce stress on the wire and to improve resistor stability. This arrangement is placed in a sealed can. The coil connections are silver soldered and the terminal hooks are nickel plated copper free from oxygen. These resistors find application in standards, research, industrial and calibration laboratories. These are also used for ratio and resistance determination. The resistance wire selected for transfer resistor provides almost constant resistance over a wide range of temperature whose resistance can be calculated at any temperature. Next is voltage standard. In 1962, a British physicist Brian Josephson introduced a new standard for volt in which a voltage is developed across a thin film junction which is then cooled to nearly absolute zero and irradiated with microwave energy. This voltage is expressed as V equals to Hf upon 2E, where F is the frequency of microwave radiation, H is Planck's constant, and it is given as 6.63 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second, and E small e is the charge of an electron and it is given as 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 C. So from equation we can say that this standard volt varies only with irradiating frequency. So it is related to the standard of the time or frequency. The accuracy of standard volt is 1 part in 10 raised to 8 including all system inaccuracies when the microwave irradiating frequency is locked to an atomic clock. A primary and secondary standard used for the calibration is the standard cell, also called as a Western cell. This cell has two electrodes. The positive electrode is made up of mercury and the negative electrode is made up of cadmium amalgam, that is 10% of cadmium. A solution of cadmium sulfate is filled as electrolyte and all these components are placed in H-shaped glass container. The Western cell is categorized into two types, namely as saturated cell and unsaturated cell. The saturated cell, also called as a normal Western cell, and it has its electrolytes saturated at all temperatures and electrodes are covered with cadmium sulfate crystals as shown in the figure. The voltage variation in saturated cell is approximately minus 40 microvolt per 1 degree Celsius rise. The unsaturated cell is one in which the concentration of cadmium sulfate saturates at a particular temperature of 4 degrees Celsius. This cell has negligible temperature coefficient of voltage at normal room temperatures. However, the saturated cell is more stable than unsaturated cell and it is maintained as primary standard for voltage. Next is capacitance standard. The SI unit of capacitance is farad, which is measured with Maxwell DC commuted bridge as shown in the figure. Since frequency and resistance both can be determined accurately, the capacitance can be computed with great accuracy from the frequency of DC commutation and resistive bridge arms of the DC commuted bridge, in which the capacitor C is charged and discharged alternately through the resistance R and commutating contact. The bridge is balanced by adjusting the value of resistance R3 and therefore the value of capacitance is determined. So the standard capacitors are made up of metal plates with air as the dielectric material. Their capacitance can be determined by knowing the area of the plates and the distance between them. These standard capacitors are used to calibrate secondary and working standards of industrial users and measurement laboratories. Next is inductance standards. The SI unit of inductance is Henry and denoted by H, and its dimension in CGS system is micro L, which shows that it depends only on length, provided that the permeability is considered to be dimensionless. The standard for both mutual and self-inductance are explained here, whose values depends on their physical dimensions and the number of turns of the inductance coil. The inductance standard is so chosen that the materials used to construct the inductor should have dimensions that do not change with the time, temperature, and humidity. The inductance should not depend on the value of current passing, so the inductors are made up of air cored coils instead of ferromagnetic materials, as they depend on the value of permeability, and hence inductance depends on the flux density, which depends on the current passing in the coil. The primary standard selected for mutual and self inductance by National Standard Laboratory is Campbell standard, which is always fixed standard, that is single valued. The figure shows Campbell standard consisting of single layer primary coil of bare copper wire wound under tension in grooves machined in a cylinder of marble. The marble used as it is a perfect insulator, non-magnetic, and it has low temperature coefficient of thermal expansion. It is unaffected by atmospheric conditions. It is cheaper and easy to work with. The primary coil is divided into two parts, which is then connected in series and separated from each other with a distance equal to 3 times the axial length of each coil. The secondary coil is placed midway between two halves of the primary coil and has a diameter of about 1.5 times the diameter of the primary coil. Here secondary coil is placed. This coil has many layers and it is placed in a channel cut in the marble cylinder. Hence, secondary coil lies in a position of almost zero field. Hence, the value of flux linked by the secondary winding is independent of the determination of its diameter to great accuracy, as it is difficult to evaluate the effective diameter of the secondary winding having many layers. The high value of inductance is obtained by using multi-layer secondary winding instead of single layer winding. The secondary and working standards for mutual inductance could be fixed or variable. Their inductance should not depend on supply frequency and should not vary with the temperature and time. The fixed secondary standards consist of two coils wound on a hard paraffin wood former or marble separated by a flange. To reduce the effect of eddy currents in the conductors, the wire is made of stranded copper. The coils and former are then immersed in hot paraffin wax after winding. The variable standards are known as inductometers, which consist of two sets of coils. One is fixed and other movable to vary the mutual inductance and are frequently used in laboratories. The secondary standards for self-inductance are constructed to possess a nominal value of simple fraction of 1 Henry. For this, the coils are wound with silk-covered stranded copper wire. The marbles are used to make formers. The coils are then immersed in melted paraffin wax after winding. Next is IEEE standard. IEEE is the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, which is headquartered in New York City. There are standard procedures, definitions, and nomenclature instead of physical items. Standards available for the comparing secondary standards. The IEEE standards control the instrument's front panels for test and measuring procedures for electrical hardware and installations in particular situations. These standards define certain standard test methods for the evaluation of the various electronic components and devices. Some standards are meant to specify test equipment that each manufacturer must adopt, like the arrangements and names of knobs, controls, and functions of common laboratory oscilloscope. If this is not adopted, it becomes difficult for the oscilloscope operator to operate different oscilloscopes differently. There are other standards as well that concern the safety of wiring for ships, industrial buildings, power plants, and many more applications. The standard voltage and current ratings have been specified so that when any component is to be changed, it can be changed without any damage. The standard logic and schematic symbols have been defined for engineering drawing to make understandable by engineers. The most important IEEE standard is the standard hardware for interfacing the laboratory test equipment to computers for monitoring and control purposes. Thank you for watching this video.